Hello and welcome back to SF1. We are ready and rearing to go for a new short season this time round, and you are watching live the first or the opening round of the GP3 season, short season. We're here at Brazil. We've got a full grid, which is absolutely amazing, and everyone's looking really fast. I've got to say, everyone looks really close together, and yeah, I cannot wait to see what unfolds today, because this looks really exciting. I'm just double checking on my side, because I'm on my own today, that all of the sound is working, and it definitely is working. So that's brilliant. Any problems with the stream, please do let me know, because again, I'm on my own trying to sort everything out. But we should be alright. I'll keep an eye on the messages, and yeah, 8.5 minutes remaining of short qualifying this time. So for every GP3, GP2, GP1, we're doing short qualifying for this season. Just brings up the pace of things a little bit, and yeah, a little bit of an extra challenge. So we've got a wet qualifying, the first ever qualifying. Wet, it's intermediate, but it's on the edge of things at the moment. Solex was leading the board earlier, but Lord Bumbledore now has reduced that time down to a 16.8. I think the lap times are coming down now. The track does look a bit drier than it was. I didn't get too much information from the drivers before, so I'm not sure if we're having a dry race or a wet race. If anyone does know, please feel free to let me know in the chat box. Let me know that you're here supporting us. With 7.5 minutes left, Solex takes pole position temporarily with a 16.4. That's 4 tenths faster than Lord Bumbledore. Johnny Sherbert in third at the moment. Phil, Allow Your Face, and Cardinal bringing up 6th place. Robbie, Kennerito, Zypher Josh, and Robert 22. We've got some familiar names coming back for the season. We've got some unfamiliar names coming in for the season as well. And I have to say, we do have throughout every GP this for this short season a brilliant selection of drivers, especially those Renault drivers, I've got to say. But that's just because I'm a Renault manager now, which is brilliant. But Solex, Johnny Sherbert, the Pink Panthers are looking rapid throughout each GP as well. They've been doing a lot of practice, and I think they've got a point to prove for us this season. So I think the people you're looking out for this season is going to be Solex and Sherbert. They've been really, really fast. We've got some people. Zypher Josh was fast last time around. Robbie, Robert, they're all fast. Danberg was fast. Cardinal might be quick as well. We'll see what pace he's going to bring out. We know that he was at the top of the drivers' sort of speed traps that we've done before. Grimdog there, he's in 14th at the moment. He's shown us some pace before. And we've got Rathville and Gumba there at the bottom as well, yet to put a lap in. And Alone Goblin actually retired from the session earlier, so it's very interesting to see. Solex still heading the boards now with a 16.4. Don't think he's going to go any faster this time. Lord Bumbledore on an outlap. Johnny Sherbert's on a flyer as well. We'll sit with him and see exactly what he's doing. I'll bring up some data for you guys to see. I don't like having too much stuff. I do like the track map. I know some people don't, but it does help me. And we've got the fastest lap and the tyre fitted. The tyre that they've done their best on will be the intermediates. There we go. So enough of my blabbering on. We'll run through some of the drivers. We were looking at Johnny, weren't we, who's coming up the hill now out of the last corner, and see if he's managed to find any time. He's about 8 tenths off of the pole time at the moment, and reduces that down to just 5 or 6 tenths now with a 17 flat. Not quite enough to get into P1 or 2, but he's definitely showing that he's got some pace that he wants to display to us. My viewer count has just jumped from 0 to 14, so that's brilliant stuff. I will now jump on and make sure that I have all of the comments coming up, just in case I'm missing anything, so bear with me. I can find invites on Xbox. Oh, very strange. Okay, my phone's just died. Oh my god. Laptop it is, no worries, jeez. Things aren't going so well today. I'm having a bit of a mare with stuff, but Damberg moves himself up to 4th there with a 17.2. Solex yet to improve. Who have we got here? Cardinal in the pits. Canarito coming round onto the start-finish. See if he can improve his lap time. He's pitting now, so nothing quite there. Cypher's pitting as well, 4 minutes left to go. I think most people are going to be flying into the pits, getting a new set of softs on, taking, not soft, sorry, intermediates, taking all of that fuel out, and getting straight back out there to try and do a flying lap. But if you look at the times from first, well, let's take from 3rd all the way down, from the 17th, from 3rd all the way down to 11th place, everyone is within 7/10 of each other, which really isn't that much at all. We have Solex and Lord Bumbledore at the front. They're a little bit ahead of everyone else, but I think with the clean lap, a lot of people are going to be getting closer than is comfortable for Solex and Bumbledore there. So yeah, everyone now exiting on their out laps or on a flyer with 3 minutes remaining. Here's Robert 22 in the Mercedes, climbing the hill on his out lap. We'll stick with him and see what he can do. That's the wrong button, Seb. There we go. We'll sit on board as he does a flying lap. Very interesting line as he comes onto the straight. Here we go. An intermediate lap on board with Robert 22 on the brakes. Tentatively turns in, takes a bit of that curb, a little bit wide on exit there, which actually scrubbed quite a lot of speed on for his second apex, but he gets on the power for the straight. No DRS this time round, of course, because we're under wets. He's got a bit of traffic ahead. Hopefully he doesn't catch them up too quickly as he hounds the brakes into 4th. Drops down. That was very nice and stable through there. Lots of downforce, as you can see. No slipping of the rear. Very nicely turned in, holding 5th gear, and then hard onto the brakes for this. This is a very tricky apex. It likes to push you wide, and then again you want to really hug the inside of the track for this corner and get on the throttle as early as possible, and then really hard on the brakes. Take a lot of that curb on the inside, and then try and get on the power again as soon as possible, and you're carrying all of this momentum down the hill, hugging the inside of that corner on the brakes, 4th gear or 3rd in the intermediates, as we can see, and climbing the hill out of the, it's basically the final corner, I'd say. Then we've got these sweepers onto the straight, and we'll see what he has been able to do. Haven't seen any deltas light up purple, so it's 5th position with a 17.1, just 1/10 off of 3rd position. Phil has also put himself up into 2nd position with a 16.6, so I told you they would be getting close. 16.4, 16.6, 16.8, 17 dead is really, really close between these guys here. Who else have we got on a lap? Here's Cardinal coming down the hill, hugging the inside there, on the brakes, down to 3rd, and in on the throttle, and up the hill. Sherbert has just put it on pole with a 16.2. Brilliant lap, beating his teammate to pole with just a minute left in qualifying. Who's going to take this? It is so close at the top here. Across the line, Cardinal goes. Doesn't quite improve. It's a 17.2 for Cardinal. He did improve. Sorry, my mistake. Grimdog is... Oh, he was half a second up there, but loses the rear end. So that would have been a great improvement, but really struggling on the rear end there, as we see down the hill comes Cypher once again. Hugging that inside on the last corner and up the hill on the throttle. What can he do? Cypher crosses the line, puts himself up to 9th. It's a 17.2, so everyone's so close together. In the 16s now, 1st all the way to 6th, with your Robbie moves himself up to 6th place with his 16.9, ahead of Robert and Cardinal. Damberg in 9th, Cypher in 10th. Solex and Phil have completed their laps now and finished the session, so Johnny Sherbert temporarily holds pole position with just a couple of drivers yet to cross the line. Robbie yet to cross. Robert, Cardinal, Cypher. Canarito moves up to 5th. Please do excuse the brief moments of silence as I'm just trying to load up all of the comments and whatnot on my laptop. Oh, would you be quiet? Thank you. My mistake. Johnny Sherbert holds that first position, and I think Kenarito was the only person really that could hold a candle to that, and he's pit. Cypher Josh flies into the pits as well, and that is everyone across the line. Kimmy and Johnston retired, 14th and 15th. Teammates Grimdog with an 18.5 sits in 16th, and that, my friends, is your qualifying session over, with Johnny Sherbert taking a 2/10th advantage in the first qualifying of the season, putting himself on pole comfortably ahead of his teammate, but that is a 1-2 for the Pink Panthers, or the Racing Point, or the Aston Martin team. We'll call them Racing Point for the sake of this season because they're still pink. But absolutely brilliant stuff. What a really close qualifying session. All the way from first to, I think that was 8th place in the 16s, within a second of themselves. So that's Johnny Sherbert on pole. Solex 2nd, Phil 3rd, Cardinal 4th, Gumba 5th. Kenarito, Lord Bumbledore, Robbie, Robert 22, SF1 Danberg, Cypher Josh, Allow Your Face, Wrathful, Kimmy, Johnston, Grimdog, Nutmeg Tukas in 17th, Gamerman, Gunners, and a lone Gobbling who didn't qualify in 20th position. But as you can see, from about 14th all the way down, it's really, really nice and close. So yeah, your top 10 pretty much within less than a second of each other. It's about 5, 6, 7 tenths. There you go, which is exactly what we want to see. Some really, really close qualifying, which in turn is going to give us a really, really close race, hopefully. Hello, Phantom. Nice to see you in the comments. Anyone who is watching, do show your support for your drivers in the chat room. Pure Wrath, Phantom. Yeah, hello, guys. Nice to see you. To see you. I heard you say it, don't worry about it. SF1, that's exactly what I want to see, guys. So, to everyone watching, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. I will stay and chat away to you guys as we look into what is pretty much going to be, I think, a really, really exciting season. It is a short season, so we're not going to have all of the races that we've had. We've got a select few races which have been picked out by various admins and team managers, I believe. It's been picked out in some sort of fairway, so everyone gets a sort of say in what we do or don't race round. So there's going to be the cream of the crop in regards to tracks. Phantom, watching my old GP3, boys. Yes, you are, mate. We'll see you in GP2, though. I'm sure you're going to have us all kicking ourselves with you flying past. Team Red Bull, Liver the Possum puts Team Red Bull, wonderful stuff. Would love to see the Red Bulls take a 1-2 today. That would be great. Total Cool Mercedes follow teammates. Fair enough. So we've got some Mercedes fans, we've got some Red Bull fans. I'm sure we've got some Pink Panther fans in the chat as well. So it's brilliant to see you all active. There are a few new drivers in GP2 as well. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. I don't think I've got a chance at winning it this season, but there's some brilliant drivers. In fact, in every single GP, SF1 have really upped their game for this short season. I mean, you can see just from the qualifying in GP3 that we've just had how close the qualifying times are. I mean, from 1st to 10th, we had closer than you see in real F1. It was 7 tenths between the lot of them, which that's a mistake in a corner. I mean, we're not professional esports racers here, so we're making mistakes all the time. Even in GP1, they're making mistakes all the time. So those gaps really is just a little mistake between anyone. Anyone could have had pole there, I think, and anyone I think can win this race, and it's going to be super interesting. Yeah, Phantom, we'll see you in GP2. I'm sure you deserve to be there, mate. And yeah, it's going to be some great racing regardless. McLaren will not be bottom this season, says Robbo. Hopefully not. I'm a massive McLaren fan. I love the car. I love the team. And to be fair, this year's lineup looks awesome for both SF1 and the real stuff. So, yeah, hopefully we won't see McLaren at the bottom. But also, I don't want to see Renault at the bottom because I'm now team manager. So I've got to try and support my drivers as well. It'll be nice to see the Renault drivers up there. Total Call, my first ever season, full rookie. Well, show us what you can do then, mate. Don't worry about being a rookie. That's awesome stuff. Robbo in GP2 as well. Lovely to see you in GP2 as well, mate. I think you're going to be brilliant. Dip the toe. You got to dipping the toe. Dip the toe in the water and see how you can do. That's how I used to tell people how to get used to zero traction. I'd be like, you've got to imagine that you're dipping your toe into a super boiling hot. But you know when you've run the bath a little bit too hot and you just dip a finger or a toe. That's how I taught people how to use no traction. Just imagine you're dipping your toe into a boiling hot bath, trying to get a feel for it. Pro Luca's there. Good luck, Renault. Yeah, thank you, Luca. We definitely want to see Renault at the top step. And Positively Gad goes, Forza Ferrari. Brilliant to see you in the chat as well, Pos. Yeah, Ferrari. Hopefully we'll see them at the top as well. They've got to do well somewhere, and if SF1 is the place, then SF1 is the place. But yeah, that's brilliant to see everyone so active in the chat as well, so fantastic from all of you there. I'm going to quickly see if I can get up some... We're at 31 viewers now, that's brilliant stuff. We will be going in 1.5 minutes time, I believe we have left, but we'll see what the drivers do. Solex is in charge of this lobby, so I'm sure we'll see him pop up soon. But what I will do is I'll jump onto our Discord and have a quick look and see if I can find where I've put... where have I put the tracks? The track should be somewhere, I think. Give me a second. Just give me a second. If anyone knows where the tracks are in Discord, please let me know which one to go to, because I've lost them. I'm gonna give up looking in a minute because it might take. There we go. No. Self-promo. People promoting themselves on Discord is brilliant stuff to see. Season calendar. Yeah, I'm trying to find the season calendar thing, but I can't find it. It's actually disappeared. I'm not even joking. I can't... Oh, there it is. It's not disappeared. I'm just an idiot. So, Brazil starts us off. Next week, we'll be heading to the United States. We then have Hungary, Singapore, the best track in the calendar, I must say. Austria, another brilliant track. Mexico, Australia, we all hate, but in your own time, I guess, because I'm still babbling. Australia, Azerbaijan, another brilliant track, strong track for me. I know that we've got quite a few street track prodigies in some of the GPs, so it'll be good to see them. Japan, another brilliant track. Italy, France, Great Britain, Canada, Belgium, Abu Dhabi, Netherlands, Spain and Bahrain. So only a couple of tracks not there. But yeah, awesome to see some great tracks. I would look at the standings, but we don't need to because no one's scored a single point yet. So, as soon as people have readied up, we should be going very... So there you go, Solex has readied up, so it is time. I'm nervous, and I'm not even racing, so let's see what happens. Oh, I can't wait. A 50% race around Brazil. I still don't know what the weather's going to be like. It looks like it's going to be dry to me from the screen, but you never know. Want to get involved? Nightbot's just giving us a little bit of admin there, thank you. I'm just going to scroll back and see what everyone's got to be. Strange racing against my old team. Definitely, Robbo. You got to get used to that. Season calendar, new general discussions. Thank you, everyone, for doing that. Good luck. Let's not have a safety car. No, we don't want safety cars, although some people might. Dark Mike, Forza Ferrari. Come on, boys. Yes, indeed, Marcus. We want to see Ferrari at the top. Not too bad with the qualifying. We've got Gumber up there, so it'd be nice to see what he can do as we run on to qualifying, not qualifying, sorry, it's qualifying, formation lap. Really important part of the race, and people don't quite get how important it can be. If you make contact with someone, you get stuck onto the grid automatically, and you don't get to warm your tyres up, which you could really seriously suffer from. You do need to get those tyres up to temperature. At the same time, you don't want to wear your tyres down too much whilst you're getting them up to temperature. But that's an awesome helmet from Johnny Sherbert there. That looks really, really cool. He must have bought that. But yeah, really nice matching with the pink of the Racing Point, and Solex as well with a nice pink helmet. Phil Cardinal in 4th. A brilliant qualifying position. I didn't even know he was 4th. I would have been celebrating far louder than that if I had realised that. But brilliant stuff. SF1 roads. Come on, Alpha, Hubbardy in the Alpha. Yeah, we want to see all of that happen. Solex helmet looks looks like a pink Power Ranger. It does a bit, doesn't it? That's oh, we can't really see it from there, but yeah, it does. He does look a bit like a Power Ranger. But you should see the 8-year-olds in go-karts at the kart tracks in their flipping fancy painted helmets. They really do look like Power Rangers. It's absolutely brilliant. But here we go, lining themselves up on the start-finish straight for the Brazilian Grand Prix, the first round of the GP3 short season. McLaren and a Ferrari taking up the rear of the grid there. And we are lined up. All about the defending champions. Let's go Alpha. Let's see what happens. Here we go, guys. 5 lights. Oh, a couple of jump starts there. Drive through for Gamerman, drive through for another driver as well. Camarito, I think that was. But here we go. Bit messy on the old screen. I don't know what was happening at all because it wouldn't follow a car. But we'll wait until. Oh, calamities! 3, 4, 5 drivers off on the first corner. Absolute calamities, and the game doesn't know where it's supposed to be. 5-second penalty for Cypher, 5 seconds for Nutmeg. There's a safety car's come out. This is absolutely bonkers, and the game doesn't even know where it wants me to look because I think it's a bit confused. It's managed to line itself up. Johnny Sherbert held the lead importantly after that absolute nuts start, but it is Brazil. It's a tricky first and second corner for a grid of 20 to get through without being scathed, but something obviously didn't quite go right for someone. There was a couple of drive-throughs I saw, but crucially Johnny and Solex still leading. There's only been half a lap, but successfully managed to get through without being destroyed. Rhodes goes, oof, yeah, that was a little bit messy, I've got to say, and SF1 Carlos in the chat, just no words to describe that. Avoid this tomorrow, I'm a sensitive soul, says Posclad. Let's try and avoid that tomorrow. Although I am racing, remember, so anything can happen. Apparently we're on lap 3, we're not, we are on lap 2, so please do ignore that. People mixing about, some people diving into the pits. That's Wrath and Gamerman. Gamerman doesn't pit, so 12th backwards into the pits, changing wings and wheels. I guess it'll be a wing thing that they're changing there. Yeah, Wrath changing a wing, Nutmeg changing a wing, Allow Your Face, everyone changing wings basically. So we'll be watching for about another 2 laps, I'd say, whilst the safety car brings everything back to normal. And hopefully we can have a restart that doesn't involve so much carbon fibre shrapnel. Total call, yes please, no first corner action please. Great start for the boys, absolutely wonderful stuff, Rashi. Yeah, you got that right, but some people didn't get such a good start. And there's your predicted pit stop strategy. It's soft to lap 14 to 17 and then straight on the hards, or mediums to laps 17 to 19, I believe that was, and then onto the hards. I think the soft to the hard strategy would be best, but again, anything can happen. I think I've even seen people push softs and then onto mediums, possibly just GP1 drivers, but we'll see exactly what happens there, as I have done not enough practice and so have no tyre data at all. So do not rely on me for tyre data for this race. I've done a couple test races that I've not finished because of various problems, but hopefully tomorrow things go smoothly. It's another safety car lap as we watch. There's 3 drivers waiting to catch up with the back of the grid, so we'll just wait on them. It is a short lap round Brazil. Yes, sorry mate. I will do that. I will kindly show you the tyres. Yeah, sometimes I forget about that. That old showing other people what we're watching. There's going to be no front wings left for the GP3 race, GP2 race tomorrow, says Rashi. Well, hopefully we can get the factory to build some replacements because it looks like we've gone through quite a few already. And if there's any information I'm missing that people require or wish to see, please do let me know, because it has been more than a week since I've done a stream, and so I've probably forgotten what I normally do. So here we go. I think that the safety car is going to come in this lap. We are on lap 3. It did show lap 3 for 2 whole laps, but it's the F1 game, so don't worry. A couple of penalties, I must say. I'm just going to quickly see. Penalties. 5 seconds a drive through for Gumba, a drive through for Gamerman, 5 seconds for Nutmeg, and 5 seconds for Cypher as well. Johnny's on the softs, you see. So that is interesting. I actually must have missed that in qualifying, that Johnny qualified on the softs and Solex on the medium. So really the pace advantage is coming from Solex at this point. Phil on the softs as well, Lord Bumbledore on the mediums, and Cardinal on the softs. Danberg soft, Robert medium, Grimdog the first of the hard tyre runners, and we are go with a yellow flag in sector 1 already. That's absolutely brilliant. As down the hill Johnny and Solex comes. It's interesting how close to the back of Johnny Solex is on those medium tyres, so maybe those softs already not looking as good as he wanted them to be, but time will tell as Phil now starts attacking the back of Solex. We'll scroll down the board and see what's happening with everyone else. Cardinal and Danberg not as close together as I thought. Robert there, so some nice gaps already forming actually. We're only half a lap of racing in. The Renault and the McLaren having a bit of a fight there. Alone Gobbling and Allow Your Face very close together as teammates will jump back to the front. Here's the fight. Johnny Sherbert's pulled a 1.2 second gap to Solex, who actually has pressure from Phil behind now. There's a little bit of a train from 1st to 5th place. We'll stick with them for a moment. Allow Your Face gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That'll be some corner cutting. But here is Solex leading the pack of 2nd to 5th place. A little bit of pressure from Phil as Johnny Sherbert increases his gap now by about half a second a lap, basically. It was about 1.2 seconds ahead last lap, and Solex really feeling the pressure from Phil, which isn't going to help because he wants to focus on getting a nice clean load of laps in to try and keep that gap as small as possible to Johnny Sherbert. But again, Johnny's going to be wanting to pull as big a gap as he can as soon as possible, and it's the same with Phil behind him and Cardinal behind Lord Bumbledore. They're all going to be wanting to get through and pull as big a gap as they can as soon as possible, because when those softs decide that they're going to go downhill, they really go downhill very quickly. I don't think we'll see DRS this lap. We may see it next lap. Johnny Sherbert puts in the fastest lap with a 1:10.7. And Solex looking fairly comfortable on his mediums, and actually managed to pull a little bit of a gap to Phil behind him. So the DRS has been given to us this lap. They're opening up their wings and trying to pull ahead. Alone Goblin gets a 3-second time penalty. What have we got further down the field? Danberg Roberts, Grimdog, there's some gaps forming here. We've got Nutmeg who's getting relatively close to the back of Johnston, just a second now. Kennerito's close to the back of him as well, and Cypher's got some pressure from the McLaren behind him. Not a place to pass, but pushes himself wide, and up the inside goes the Red Bull, and they come together as a lone Goblin tries to get back onto the track. But there was a Red Bull in the way, and I think that's a bit of wing damage for both the Red Bull and the McLaren. Bit of a bump together as really close comes the Haas, and the Alpha behind that McLaren, who's definitely got a bit of wing damage. And down the inside zips the Alpha, and round the outside zips the Haas, and almost puts himself out into the wall, but just about gets ahead. And again, a little bit more of that wing coming off a lone Goblin, but a nice little bit of advantageous driving from Wrathful and Kimmy as we head back up to the front of the grid. Lord Bumbledore side by side with Phil. He takes third position nice and comfortably, and behind him slots Phil on those soft tyres, which must be degrading now. Phil didn't want to lose that and tried the counter-attack, but couldn't quite get his nose up the inside there as Lord Bumbledore in the Williams slides up to third position, just 1.4 seconds behind Solex. That's a soft medium for the top three. Phil is going to want to try cool those tyres down, degrade as little as possible, and hold on to the back of Lord Bumbledore now, because those softs seem like they are switching off with just 6 laps of racing under their belt, and not even 6 laps. I'd say it's probably about 3 or 4. Shoof, what happened to our boys at the Liver de Possum? I'm not sure what happened to your boys, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. Hashtag Forza Ferrari again from Positively Gad. Yeah, let's see what we can do. We've got Wrath and Solex, I believe, in the... is it Grimdog? Yeah, Grimdog, the highest Ferrari, in 8th position at the moment. He's going to be looking to climb up. But remember, Grimdog is on the hard tyres, so he's on the alternate strategy from everyone else, really. There's only one other driver using the hards at the present time, and that is a Gamer Man, I believe. And I think even he hasn't been using them from the start, has he? I think he pit on lap 1 to put them on. He has just crossed the line. We'll have to see later, but he may have started on those. In that case, fair play. But we've got Grimdog running the highest out of the lot on those hard tyres from start, as we have a virtual safety car come out, as SF1 Johnston has duly, I think he's hit the wall. I'm waiting to see if we can find... There he is. He's come off on turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn 5. I didn't have to count on the track map. Turn 5, he's come off, and I think he's taken his wheel off at the same time. So Johnston out of the race, the first to lose, and Alifax gets a drive through for speeding under VSC as we go green again. Has anyone managed to take advantage of the VSC? No one. Phil's still quite close to the back of Bumbledore, and we've got some movement between Robbie and Allow Your Face as Allow Your Face pits. Robbie moves himself up to 10th position, Cypher Josh just behind him. The closest gap at the moment, Damberg on the back of Cardinal for 5th position. That's a soft versus soft battle. It's the Williams of Damberg and the Renault, the Renault of Cardinal. So penalties, Roberts with 5 seconds, Cypher Josh 5 seconds, Kimmy 3 seconds, Allow Your Face also 3 seconds, and a bit of pressure from Goomba behind him. Nutmeg with 3 seconds in 18th, and a lone Goblin with 8 seconds of penalties. So not too much. Johnny Sherbert gets himself 3 seconds. The leader gets 3 seconds, and that is going to be gold for Solex to see. I mean, I know they're teammates, but he's definitely going to be wanting to win this one. So just 10 laps in, and already we've had an incredibly eventful race. Gamerman gets himself another 3 seconds. Oh no, not another 3 seconds. His first 3 seconds. My mistake. And also gets passed by Nutmeg, who moves himself up into 7th position. The fight between 5th and 6th with Damberg and Cardinal is still going strong. He's managing to hold that gap at about 7/10. Gumba's trying to get past the Face as well. He's got that gap down to 6/10. Canarito gets himself a 3-second penalty. And that's 4/10 now with a bit of DRS help on Face. Is Gumba going to be able to get that Ferrari up into 14th position to make his move past the McLaren? We've seen a lot of love for the Ferraris. We've seen a lot of love for the McLarens as well. If Gumba has got the older tyres on and he's now dropping down as Lord Bumbledore gets himself a fastest lap on the medium tyres in P3. He's going to be looking to close that gap to Solex and attack, because I think the fight between second and third at the moment is possibly going to be the fight for first. It depends how much of a gap Johnny can pull on those soft tyres, because he must be pitting soon. I believe it's lap 14 to 17 for the softs. I'm not sure, Rashi. Please don't ask me, as I did not set the session up. I'm just watching and speaking rubbish about it. But I do hope that you're all enjoying it. So, yeah, I'm not sure why it's simulation damage. I always run simulation damage when I'm racing, but I don't know what we normally use. I mean, it is simulation Formula 1, so I'm not sure. Maybe we just use full damage, but either way, we'll sort that at another date. Johnny Sherbert gets himself a fastest lap now, so those softs still providing plenty of grip. It's full. Sol sent a snap. Yeah, okay, so a screenshot has been sent. So it should be full, but I do actually agree with Poz, which, if anyone knows, doesn't normally happen. But Poz is correct. I definitely think that simulation damage is the way to go, because it's simulation Formula 1, isn't it? Nightbot reminding you to follow, subscribe, whatever you want to do. We have a YouTube channel as well. You can find us on Facebook, so get in there. And if you want to drive, there's spots available all the time. We do social races on a Saturday when we've not got GP races on. So yeah, get involved. I'm not sure, Rashi. Sorry about that, but let's not worry about it for now. We've got a great race to watch, and everyone seems to be doing all right with the simulation damage. Damberg's managed to get that gap down to 5/10 to Cardinal as well. I think that's the smallest gap at the moment. So it is really Cardinal and Damberg fighting for this 5th position, and then you have further down the grid the battle between Gumba and Face is still raging strong as well. That's 6/10. So here we go onto the DRS straight. Whips open the DRS. He's going to be able to get that down enough. I don't think he's quite got enough of a stretch. Managed to get it down to 5/10, but not much on the DRS there, as he pushes hard to catch the Renault of Cardinal there in 5th position. Johnny Sherbert's holding the gap steady at around about 2 seconds, but crucially he's not getting any further away, which is going to be vital for him, because he needs to be able to get a big enough gap to I'm just wondering who he's fighting with there. Is that a back marker? Not like, I think that Gunner's struggling to let him past. He did let him pass, so it's all good. Let's just make sure that Solex gets past him nice and easy. Nutmeg gets a 3-second penalty. Gunner's really holding on to that. Holding up a couple drivers just a little bit, but I think he's doing the best he can to get out the way. There you go. Moves out the way, nice and easy. It's very difficult on this track because it's quite a narrow track in places. It's very twisty, turny, so it can be difficult to get out the way straight away. But I think he did a fairly good job there of moving out the way of everyone. A bit of movement between Canarito and Robbie, as I believe a mistake was made. But that's the two Red Bulls working together there as Robbie moves up into 9th position. And I'm pretty sure I just saw a Team Red Bull. Yeah. Team Red Bull. Rushy goes, no, it's all good. I was just checking, because if we had sim damage, I'd be absolutely ruined. I think some people will be in the same boat as you, mate. Doing a little extra practice with the sim damage can cause problems, but yeah, I think we're all good. But thanks for your worries. As I've just noticed, I think Johnny Sherbert has made a mistake, because Solex is just 2/10 away in the DRS. Is he going to be able to make a move this time around? No, but he has the long straight coming up. He's got to stick to the back of him for the exit of turn 2. On the power. Tight, 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 tight. Open up that DRS. Hit the overtake button. What's he going to do? Here we go. Not quite a long enough straight. He can't quite get alongside, but he's got that down to 2/10. So this could be super, super interesting, as Phil and Cardinal pits and Phil pits. That moves quite a few drivers up the board. How rude! I just yawned on you guys. Disgusting etiquette. But here is Solex, the guy to watch, ready to attack his teammate. He's been sitting behind him for the last 14 laps. I think Johnny might be heading into the pits this time round. I think he might feel vulnerable. But crucially, Solex has managed to close that 2 seconds up. It must have been a bit of a slip from Sherbert. 6/10 on the power, up the hill. What can be done? 3/10, 2/10. 1/10 alongside. Here we go. Here's the move down the inside. Gets it done before the braking, and that is how it is done. Watching his back for the next straightaway, of course. Johnny just needs to get a good run, and I think Johnny has done so. And he opens up the DRS, and alongside they are teammates side by side once again. Oh, there is no team orders going on here. They are holding each other up. They are fighting. And Lord Bumbledore's sitting there rubbing his hands right behind him. Some great racing as Solex gets demoted back down to 2nd place. Sherbert fights and leads the race once again. But when is he going to pit? He's on the softs. When is he going to pit? Lord Bumbledore now is right behind the 2 racing points as well. He's taken massive advantage of that fight in front of him. And this is sizing up to be absolutely brilliant. We've got some movement at the back of the grid as well, but I just don't want to take my eyes off of this top 3 fight for the moment. I will give the rest of the drivers a bit of airtime soon. But here we go. Who's going to be the first to blink? I think it's going to be Johnny, because he's on the soft, and it is Johnny. Into the pits he goes, hard on the brakes, cutting the pit entry nicely, as we all do. But that promotes Solex up into the lead for the moment, and Lord Bumbledore in 2nd as well. There's a Sector 2 yellow flag. I think someone may have had a bit of a spinala, and there was some movement between the Red Bull going up the inside of Grimdog. Grimdog holding it round the outside. Show me what's happening. Grimdog goes deep. The Red Bull pushes himself up the inside, and nicely done. And I've just seen Lord Bumbledore get a 5-second penalty. I didn't see what that was for. Oh, I think he's made contact with with Solex, and he's lost his whole front wing, I'm afraid, as a drive-through for Gamerman as well. That is really unfortunate. What is happening there? Bit of traffic being very strange. I think that is Gunners once again, but that is unfortunate. Lord Bumbledore was taking full advantage of that fight ahead of him, and unfortunately he's lost his front wing. He is actually staying relatively close to Solex, all things considered, I must say. That's very interesting. 2 seconds as I take a quick swig of the drink, because my throat is killing me. Solex pits as well, so Lord Bumbledore really didn't lose too much at all, but I think what that's done is given Johnny Sherbert some breathing room. Oh, I really needed that. Everyone flying into the pits now. Let's see what happens. Damberg is the leader at the moment. So Damberg, Robert, Kennerito, Robbie yet to pit, but they... okay, so they've all pit now. Okay, so it's just Damberg and Robbie yet to pit. Gamerman at the back yet to pit. Gunners has pit once already. Stabberg and Robert the Brave Soul. Stabberg on softs as well as the safety car comes out. I'm not sure what that's for. It was for the shrapnel of... No, that was a while ago. Okay. If anyone in the chat saw why the safety car came out, please do let me know, because I, the person who's supposed to tell you what's going on, missed that. I'm sorry. Gamerman has been disqualified for multiple warnings, and Robert gets himself a 5-second penalty. Severe collision with Solex. That could have been something. Solex still has all of his wings. And Johnny Sherbert is all the way down in 12th place. Something's gonna miss here. I realise it's been out a lap and a half now, yeah. I may have missed the first lap of it, to be honest, because I was absolutely rambling. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I think it may have come out when Lord Bumbledore lost his wing, but he's leading the race now, so it's very interesting. All I know is that Solex isn't where he's supposed to be, and Johnny Sherbert isn't where he's supposed to be either, and there's a safety car out, so it's absolutely nuts. Bit of a messy race in terms of position. So another safety car. I must say, it is only the second safety car. We are 19 laps. We've gone 19 laps, and thank you, Hubbardy. I did miss it. It came out just as I started looking at Bumbledore. So, thank you. This is why I normally do it with a co-commentator. You see, so I don't miss stuff, because I get lost in my own rambling thought process. But fortunately, we have a safety car that it gives me a second to cool off, reevaluate the race, have a look through all the comments. But I hope you're enjoying yourselves either way, guys, because this is a brilliant little race we've got going. But things have really been spiced up by that safety car. I genuinely I'm not sure why it came out. I can only assume it could have been something to do with a whole wing being in the middle of the track. It could have been something to do with Johnny Sherbert and what happened with him. But Solex has gone onto the hards, and Sherbert has gone onto the mediums, crucially. So he's going to be trying to get those mediums to last all the way to the end. Should be able to do it, but he's just going to watch out to see how Solex can handle those hards. And of course what the rest of the grid are going to be doing as well. Gamerman got 3 drive-thrus when he was in the green every time, which got him disqualified. GG, Cody's. I relate to that. I always get a drive-thru when there's a safety car. And in fact, it's normally on virtual safety car, because I stay about a second and a half in the green, purely because I know I'm going to get a penalty, and it doesn't matter what happens, I get a penalty or a drive-thru. And the game doesn't like some of us, but yeah, GG Cody's. Oh, well. That's really unfortunate. Especially as he's been disqualified because of it. If you can get some video evidence, I'm sure we can have a look at it. But unfortunately, he has been disqualified, and it won't matter massively to the end result, I'm afraid. So, unfortunate. Let's just have a quick look at... Let's have a quick look at the... I'm pretty sure the safety car's staying out this time round. Yeah, the lights are still... No, the lights have just gone out as I say that. So the safety car's coming in this lap as Lord Bumbledore shuffles the pack up. Him losing a wing, seemingly ruined race, is now leading the pack again. So everything seemed to slot into beautiful alignment for Lord Bumbledore that time round. Not so much for Solex and Johnny Sherbert at the back of the pit grid. But when is Lord Bumbledore going to go? There we go. He's put his foot down and away we go. Lord Bumbledore carries the grid into the first corner. First lap on the restart. Allow Your Face shuffles himself up into 5th position. A very nice move there. I saw that one coming. Grimdog. Remember, we were talking about what Grimdog could do. He's got himself all the way up into 3rd position in the Ferrari, fighting with the Alfa Romeo, an Alfa Romeo in front of him as well. And the Alfa of Wrathful goes down the inside, but Grimdog fends him off there as Phil skates out into the distance, following Lord Bumbledore. Allow Your Face trying to stick onto the back of Wrathful. Robbie and Johnny Sherbert all the way up into 7th already. So an amazing restart from Johnny Sherbert. He's going to be looking to get past the 2nd Red Bull ahead of him of your Robbie. As Kennerito gets dangerously close to the back of him, but it's not all over for Lord Bumbledore either, because Phil is getting closer and closer, just 3/10 now as we come down the hill into the final corner. Who's going to get the better drive? Lord Bumbledore on the hards though, remember, so he might have a bit of a pace deficit. Here we go, Phil up the hill. Grimdog's got Wrathful just behind him as well. Ferrari versus Alfa, or Ferrari versus Ferrari. I think it's the same engine, I'm pretty sure. I couldn't see Alfa not using a Ferrari engine. I need to top up on my F1 knowledge. I've been away from the game for a while. Your Robbie's looking quite threatening on the back of Allow Your Face as well, but that move to Allow Your Face that got him up into 5th is really sat him in a nice position, as he's holding on to the back of Wrathful, and Phil is also holding on to the back of Lord Bumbledore, but we might want to see him try and get past Bumbledore on those hards. The hard tyres, of course, are going to stay far stronger for a lot longer, so it's going to be interesting to see whether the medium drivers can keep their tyres fresh and sticky enough to go the whole, I think it's 15 laps left, 14 laps left. My maths is terrible as well. Here's Robert on Johnny. Everyone nice and close together. Phil's trying to close that gap down to under 5/10, but not really getting anywhere. The 2 Red Bulls. Johnny's dropped back from Kennerito. I think Johnny's got a bit of damage. No, he doesn't. He's just dropped back a little bit. So Kennerito and your Robbie and the Red Bulls have pulled their gap. Clutchy going, come on, Robbie lad, indeed. Robbie doing a brilliant job up into 6th. We'll see if he can get any higher up. We've got Damberg in 10th. Cardinals lost out a little bit down to 11th place. He's on the soft, so what's he going to do with them? As we've got Johnny defending for his life there on the mediums. Oh my goodness, I'm yawning again. I'm so rude, sorry. I'm so rude. Fire me now. So a brilliant fight here for 8th, all the way down to 12th place between, side by side and side by side and side by side. Is the Renault going to take advantage of the fight ahead of him? Doesn't look like there's any room. Up the inside of the Williams, a nose, but not quite enough as the Williams cuts across and fends off the attack from Cardinal, as he's really trying to get onto the back of Robert now. Johnny Sherbert skating away once again. He's going to be trying to get a gap. So strong at the beginning of this race, Johnny Sherbert, but things didn't quite go right for him as we hit a 2nd safety car. And here's the fight between Damberg and Cardinal, between Robert and Damberg. Robert crucially gets ahead, and it's a nice run into the corner, but not a nice run out of it. And here comes Damberg. Can he push to get past Robert? Everyone with DRS, remember, so there's not going to be quite as strong a slipstream as you'd think. No, but Johnny Sherbert really keeping his top end there and staying ahead of the pack. The gap for Phil's just opened up a little bit, and Grimdog's holding on to 3rd place for the Ferrari, Forza Ferrari. I heard you all in the comments earlier, so there's going to be some happy people there. And we've got McLaren up in 5th position as well, with a bit of pressure from the 2 Red Bulls behind him. So Red Bull really looking to take advantage of that 2nd safety car and haul some big points. Robert with pressure from Damberg. Can Damberg get alongside? They've both got DRS. Cardinal trying to have a look as well, getting out of the dirty air for the braking. Oh, and a bit of a tap there. Robert touches the back of Johnny Sherbert. Is that going to be damage? But Cardinal gets a brilliant run, and he darts to the inside of Damberg. Alongside they are, into the braking zone. Who's going to have the upper hand? Who's stronger on the brakes? It's Damberg stronger on the brakes on the medium tyres, so those softs are already beginning to decline slowly as Damberg holds P10 from Cardinal. Robert's seriously trying to get past Johnny Sherbert now. He definitely feels he's faster, but getting past is a completely different story to catching up. All hail Lord Sherbert. All hail Lord Sherbert indeed, yeah. If ever there was a mistake, then that was definitely a good mistake to make. I think I was thinking of Lord Bumbledore, but Lord Sherbert it is. He did a fantastic start, and he's doing a brilliant job of keeping these guys behind him. I believe he must have some serious damage there. I think I've just caught the end of his end plate there is missing. Yes, indeed. So he's doing a fantastic job with that much damage to stay ahead. As Allow Your Face, Your Robbie have a bit of a tiff. Oh no, Your Robbie into the wall. I think he's just been pushed wide as he tried to take the inside line. That's really unfortunate as Your Robbie plummets down to 13th as he's been pushed off there. We'll have to see if there's a steward's inquiry about that, but I didn't see anything, so I'm not going to make a comment as Allow Your Face holds P5 with Kenarito, the lone Red Bull now behind him, and trying to pass on the medium tyres. So those hards maybe not quite fast enough for Allow Your Face to hold his advantage, and he's actually losing a little bit of time to Wrathful now as well. Let's have a quick look at these penalties, because that could make a massive difference to, yeah, so Grimdog could be looking at a P2 or indeed a win at this rate, as Grimdog has no penalties at all, so it could be Forza Ferrari all the way. I heard you earlier, Poz. You could have a win with the Ferrari here, depending on penalties. And Wrathful as well could be taking a P2 or a P3. He's looking really good in the Alpha. Allow Your Face and Kenarito fighting once again. A bit of a... Was that a back marker there? Yeah, I think there was a back marker in the way there between the two of them, but some back and forths going. I'm pretty sure I just saw a penalty for Cardinal. Brilliant racing, I must say, from a lot of people, and really close between quite a few of these drivers, as well as Damberg's just 4 tenths behind Cardinal. Cardinal's moved himself up past that fight that he was actually sitting behind, as Johnny Sherbert had to relinquish his 8th place to Damberg as well. But Cardinal's managed to sneak through there as we had the off of Your Robbie must have caused a little bit of a shuffle there in the midfield. Brilliant. Welcome to all 32 viewers. Absolutely brilliant to see all of you in the comments as well. Let's go Wrathful. Unbelievable scenes by Red Bull Clutch. Yeah, I know. I feel the pain. I feel the pain. And Phantom goes, let's go Wrathful. Absolutely brilliant driving. So many people here. As Kenarito moves his way past Allow Your Face, and once again I missed it because I was just babbling on. I'm so sorry, guys. It looked like it was a straightforward DRS pass, but Allow Your Face is not done yet as he tries to jump back onto Kenarito, but he can't quite do it this time round. So maybe Kenarito has made the move that he needed to make, and he's now ready to pull away and make moves or waves in this race. SF1 Roads, this race, it's fantastic. I don't know whether you're happy or sad, but I'm happy, and my voice hurts very much. And I've got to ask the questions at the end as well and remember what actually happened at the beginning. Oh, goodness me. So Allow Your Face really close. Phil is 4.3 seconds behind Lord Bumbledore now. So Bumbledore has gone, you know what, this volume button's going to be turned up a little bit, and he's really put his foot down with the hard tyres as well. Just outpacing everyone right now, and a phenomenally strong drive at the moment. He's actually putting the win for Grimdog out of the window at the moment as things stand, but Phil still going to relinquish that second position to Grimdog as it stands, and only just as well to Wrathful. So no, maybe not quite Wrathful. but almost. We'll have another look at the penalties towards the end of the race. We've still got 7 laps remaining. And some close racing, I'm sure, to see. We have Damberg still trying to catch and pass Cardinal, but Cardinal's staying nice and pacey, keeping some consistent lap times there. My phone keeps flashing random stuff at me. Sorry, it's putting me off. I'm going to turn it upside down. Wonderful stuff. And Johnny Sherbert's actually pit to put on some softs. So he's going to be looking for a fastest lap. If he can make his way up into the top 10, that'll be lovely. To Solex and Johnny Sherbert. Unfortunate race. Alpha looking strong in GP3. Rhodes happy about that. Rhodes is always happy about his Alpha drivers because they're normally fantastically strong. He's got a very good taste in. He's very good at selecting drivers, along with the Racing Point team as well. They've done a spectacular job, and Williams have done quite well as well with Damberg and Lord Bumbledore. So brilliant stuff. Cardinal is a brilliant driver as well. I've got to say that because he's mine, but I picked him for a reason. In P7, Allow Your Face is really trying to close that gap to Kennerito, but if anything, it's opening by a couple tenths a lap, and it's not looking like he's going to get that back. But equally, Kennerito doesn't really look like he's catching too much onto the back of Wrathful. Grimdog's now got himself a penalty, so that could mean that unfortunately his third position is gone. His second position is gone. At the moment it is, but anything could happen. Ooh. Bit of a hiccup there. Forza Alpha indeed. Forza Alpha, Forza Ferrari, Forza McLaren, Forza everyone, because I'm impartial until tomorrow. Then I'm a Renault driver. Solex looking close to the back of Robert. Nutmeg gets himself another 3-second penalty, running in 15th. Cardinal just 4 tenths behind Allow Your Face. That's interesting. Cardinal possibly looking to get up to 6th. He's got the DRS open. Oh no! That was a terrible... I'm not going to say terrible bit defending, but that was a very aggressive move from Allow Your Face there. That was not particularly nice to see at all. Cardinal would have been side by side there, but unfortunately just got absolutely launched at. That is unfortunate to see from Allow Your Face, and that's caused damage to SF1 Cardinal as well, who is already feeling the pressure from Damberg. So that's really unfortunate to see all that effort he'd gone through to catch up to the back of Allow Your Face has been thrown away just a little bit. But we'll have to see other footage of that as we move on forward. Lap 32 of 36, Lord Bumbledore leads the way with 5.2 second gap to fill in the Alpha. SF1 Grimdog in third position in the Ferrari, and Wrathful just 2.3 seconds behind with no penalties as well, which could mean that Grimdog loses out on that third place position that he's been holding on to and looking so strong with. It is a 3-second penalty, so as things stand, Wrathful will move and take the third position from Grimdog, and Phil will not quite move anywhere at the moment. If my maths is right, but it might be wrong. You might be going, Seb, what do you want about? That's completely wrong maths. But yeah, I'm dumb. Leave me alone. Just looking around for some small gaps to see some racing. Damberg's made his way past Cardinal, which was unfortunate to see, as Cardinal now has Cypher right behind him as well. Feeling the pressure, Damberg and Allow Your Face, only with 3-second penalties as well, so Allow Your Face could be moving up into 5th as well there. Although no doubt, I'm sure, with a pending investigation into his straight line defence. And Sherbert gets himself a 3-second penalty as well for multiple warnings. Cypher passes Cardinal with ease. Cardinal, remember, with damage after being bumped into the wall slightly. And you're Robbie looking to recollect his race, as he had a bit of an incident, similar sort of incident, with the same driver actually, which is interesting. And he's down in P10. And I think that was a lone gobbling behind him, just trying to get out the way of some other drivers there. So he wasn't swerving about like an umpty. I think he was just trying to get out the way. But here's Gumba, Ferrari, looking to attack the P10 position of your Robbie in the Red Bull. He's on the hard tyres. Robbie is on the medium tyres. On lap 34 of 36, Lord Bumbledore leads by 6 seconds. Sector 2, yellow flag. And up the hill, here we go. Can the Ferrari get the power down, get that DRS open and pass your Robbie for P10? Cardinal is ahead of them as well, remember, with some damage. So the two of them could be looking at attacking the Renault driver of Cardinal in P9. Just trying to keep my eyes open for any movement at the front as well. Cypher Josh is getting quite close to the back of Allow Your Face. Just 5/10 as is the move for the Ferrari. Touching the grass a little bit, but he takes full advantage of the track, gets the inside line and moves his way past. Is there going to be a counter-attack from Robbie? Doesn't quite look like it as Gumba moves himself up into P10 for the Ferrari. Now let's have a look at Cypher Josh, who's getting ever closer to the back of Allow Your Face in P7. Cypher's moved himself all the way from almost the back of the grid halfway through the race. He was very far down, and he's moved himself up into 8th place, which is a brilliant bit of driving. He has got 8 seconds worth of penalties, but some people have got more, I can tell you that. In fact, you can see that because I've sillily not changed. I think that's a word. Don't quote me on that. I didn't change the penalties back to tyres, but here we go. Another Sector 2 yellow flag. It's very interesting to see as Cypher again gets very close to the back of Allow Your Face, but nothing quite happening. Can he get his overtake mode activated? Yep, there's the overtake. Bright green on the steering wheel. Briefly open and can't quite get alongside as he heads into turn 5. And will have to sit for one more lap behind Allow Your Face as they go on to the final lap. Let's jump up to the leaders of the race. Lord Bumbledore, an almost flawless race. He lost his wing earlier when he was running in 3rd position, taking advantage of a fight for 1st and 2nd. Moved himself up right onto the back of the drivers and then lost his wing. Luckily, a safety car came out when I wasn't looking and I got told off for it by someone in the chat. Wonderful stuff. And then, suddenly, Lord Bumbledore had himself the lead of the race, and he's just got himself a 3-second penalty as well, so I should probably stop talking about him, otherwise he might lose this. Phil, 8 seconds behind him with a 5-second penalty, so all is well for Lord Bumbledore as he is now halfway round, or a third of the way round his final lap. 36 laps of brilliant driving from Lord Bumbledore, followed by Phil and Grimdog. And I must say, a flawless restart after the safety car is absolutely driven tremendously from Lord Bumbledore. It is a weird name, I know, but Lord Bumbledore takes the last corner up the hill. Here we go. Across the line to take the first win of the season is Lord Bumbledore with an 8-second lead. An incredible drive, flawlessly done from the Williams driver. And here comes the alpha of Phil. Grimdog is just behind him as well, but I think he might lose out to Rathful. Rathful takes 3rd position, so that's an alpha 2-3. And Grimdog can't quite hold on to that podium, unfortunately. Drops down into 4th, so it's Lord Bumbledore, Phil and Rathful takes your podium for our opening race of GP3. Brilliant drive, and let's watch as the rest of the drivers come across. Everyone was so close together because I was rambling, of course. Once again, I missed most of them cross the line, but a couple drivers gunners a lap down, but everyone's so close that they all just flew across the line. Absolutely spectacular driving from quite a few drivers. There were some questionable moves, questionable start, but some brilliant driving from the two Alpha boys. Grimdog rightfully gets driver of the day, I'd say. Lord Bumbledore he could be a competitor as well, but Grimdog using those hard tyres and taking an alternate strategy, making it work, and without those penalties, could have been in for a second place, which definitely would have been in for a P3. So absolutely brilliant driving. We got the comments streaming in. Double podium, yes boys, yes. I'm sure you're happy, Hubbard. SF1 Roads has got the cap with the sunglasses. Take from that what you will. Phantom Wrath, congrats buddy, brilliant stuff. P3 get in there, absolutely brilliant stuff. Unlucky Grimdog from Rashi. How's that for Forza Ferrari, Marcus? Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff. That was some brilliant driving, and you might lose screen for a second because I need to scroll through this so that Carlos can get the standings. And I will quickly jump on to each person and invite them to the party. So bear with. And Wrathful as well. So they will hopefully be joining the party. But there is your top 5. It's Lord Bumbledore, followed by Phil, followed by Wrathful. Grimdog takes P4, almost P3, but not quite. And Damberg in P5. Kenarito, Gumba, Solex, Your Robbie, and Allow Your Face is your top 10. Absolutely brilliant opening race. I have to say I'm absolutely thrilled with that. We're just waiting. Don't do that, Seb. We're just waiting for the drivers to join. I think we have pretty much everyone in. Do remember to include your audio, guys. And in a couple of seconds, I'll jump into the podium questions as I just quickly get a screenshot of all of this. Blah, 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 blah. Capture screenshot. Wonderful stuff. So, I must say, my throat hurts, for one, guys. That was just absolute chaos for the first 6 laps. I mean, we had the early safety car. I don't know what happened on turn 1. The game couldn't even show me because it was as confused as I was. But we'll start off with Wrathful. You were sitting in 4th there towards the end, but no penalties at all meant you moved yourself up into P3. And actually, that's a double podium for the Alphas, first time out. So talk us through your quali and your race. How did it go for you?
I was a little bit afraid of the wet, tell you the honest truth. Just going into a dry race, I didn't really want to get out there. Tried to get out late and didn't get the lap I wanted. So go from there into the race. It wasn't so bad, but yeah, hectic turn 1. Was trying to get myself out of trouble, but didn't manage to do that. Pit, and then as soon as we had the safety car released and a lap later, I ended up trying to make a move and a little bit went too deep and it was stupid. Got myself spun into turn 1. Everybody else had to make their way around. I was like, well, I'm going to have to do a recovery drive, so I'm pretty happy with how it finished out in the end. Just drive clean and put her down. And, man, some of these guys really gave me a drive out there. Like Grimdog, I was trying to chase him the entire time, so power to him. That was a hard run.
Absolutely brilliant stuff, I've got to say, and what a recovery drive all the way up into 3rd place, and you've both you Alpha drivers, you've kick-started the season for your team, so an absolutely brilliant drive from yourself, and a great recovery, of course, from spinning out, but brilliant drive, and yeah, no penalties was absolutely great. It was great to see you move up into 3rd. We'll move on to Phil. You got P2. You were holding on to Bumbledore for a little bit on the restart there. I thought you might have something to something to say to him, but it wasn't quite to be this time round. Yeah, how did you feel?
Yeah, it was a good race. I'm gonna say it was pretty uneventful for me. Everything happened behind me. I got overtaken by Bumbledore for first, and then I overtook one of the McLarens when he came out of the pits. That was the only real action I had, apart from crashing into a back marker and causing me to pit a couple laps early. But yeah, solid race. It was just a good solid race. It was impressive from everyone.
Yeah, well, like you say, there wasn't masses of action for you, but sometimes the most uneventful races bring you the best results.
Yeah.
And again, I've got to say, you both your Alpha drivers have kick-started the team really, really well. And I know your manager is going nuts in the chat, so
I'll have to have a look at that.
absolutely brilliant drive from both of you. But I do have to say, someone was absolutely untouchable for the last 10 laps of that race, and that someone was Lord Bumbledore. On the hard tyres, you drove absolutely flawlessly for the last 10 laps there, mate. And again, I thought all was lost when you lost your front wing, or on my screen you lost your front wing, and then suddenly you were leading the race again after the safety car, which I must say I missed the safety car because I was rambling about something for a good lap and a half, and then noticed the safety car come out and go, how did that happen? But either way, you took the restart like a pro and you drove flawlessly, mate. Talk us through your qualifying and your race, and then you can give any mentions you want to at the end there. But an absolute hounder of a start, mate. Brilliant stuff. Easily done, isn't it? Yeah, it was tricky conditions for the for qualifying, I've got to say. It didn't look like too many people had done much wet practice either. I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit more should have been done by some drivers. Yeah. I did see that, yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah. So it was on the back marker that you lost your way. I thought you'd got a little bit closer to the back of Solex and maybe knocked it off there, because I think I was looking at a battle in 5th or 6th when it happened. Hmm. Oh dear. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but to be fair, you only lost about like 5/10 to him on that whole lap that you had no wing anyway, because I think he was being held up a bit by Gamerman or whoever it was. But either way, your last 10 laps, how did you do that? You were just so much faster for 10 laps straight. You just didn't make a mistake. It was like you turned into Lewis Hamilton suddenly. That must be what it is then. Yeah, you got lucky 63. Well, absolutely fantastic race, mate, and congrats. You're the first winner of this short season, and an absolutely brilliant kick-off to GP3, I've got to say, to all three of you. Brilliant driving, and to the rest of the grid as well. It was absolutely brilliant to commentate on and to watch, and I'm sure whoever goes back and watches it will enjoy it as much as I did. But we had quite a few viewers as well, I've got to say, so the entertainment was definitely there. But congrats to all of you. Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you've set the marker for them now. They can't do anything other than win now. So yeah. Exactly. Well, you've got the two drivers that are in the team that dominated last season right behind you, nipping at your heels. So I think
Yeah, don't
there's
forget
going to
about
be a
that.
very close challenge this season, because those two drivers are formidable, and Grimdog as well did an absolutely fantastic job. It was only that last penalty at the end that lost him P3, but again
you,
from all
Prix.
of you, absolutely fantastic. And if you're still watching with us now, I can see 15 of you still hovering about, you weird people. We will be back tomorrow for GP2, where I will be showing off how terrible I can drive, and the rest of the grid will pass me and probably lap me, but it's going to be some great racing tomorrow. And then on Sunday we have GP1 as well, so do join us for them. Same time, 8:30, we've got short qualifying and a 50% race. Please meet us there. Same channel. You'll have a different commentator, but no one wants me anyway. So yeah, thanks for joining us, and have a good night, guys.
GG, boys. Thanks.